know it sounds cliche, but it's absolutely true. The idea for Hawkins Grove came to me in a dream. It was the opening scene of the book. I dreamed I was walking into some dark and mysterious snowy clearing in the middle of the woods, and I discovered these frozen bodies perched on the branches above. It was this haunting vision, and I woke up and just thought, what was that? What was going on there? I wanted to know the story behind it, so I ended up writing it. And, the mystery turned out to be far deeper than anything I could have ever dreamed it would be. I will admit that in writing the main character, especially as a teenager, I absolutely projected my own personality on him. But when it comes to, the mysterious events that occur in the story, no, none of that ever happened to me. I will say, though, that the scene from 1987 where Joel goes to Withers Tower on prom night looking for Amanda is 100% based on real experience. And I mean, moment for moment, all that really happened. So it's sort of like the phrase, truth is stranger than fiction. But in this case, it's truth becomes fiction. I'd never called Joel a hero. Yes, he's the main character, but he's not heroic. He's just an ordinary guy who makes some unfortunate choices and then spends the bulk of the story dealing with the consequences. Sometimes he has to pay the consequences, and sometimes other people do. Could he have turned it around? Could he have stepped up and been the hero instead? I don't know. I mean, there's so many small choices he makes all along the way, and eventually I think that there's just no going back. So, maybe the real question is Joel actually the villain? It was a lot of fun revisiting the late 80s for this story. I think anyone that was a teenager during that decade will probably enjoy a lot of the references, a lot of the ways people talk, the way they dress, of course the music. But there's also a certain innocence to that decade. Things like, school shootings didn't start to become part of our culture until the 90s, so we felt more invincible back then. I think that's part of why so many people still romanticize the 80s, even younger generations that didn't even live through it. It was a special time, but, not without its dark side. Music was a huge inspiration to me writing Hawkins Grove, especially the 80s part of the story. I was really big into alternative music back then, so we get a bunch of references to that kind of stuff. Depeche Mode, Never Let Me Down is for sure in one scene. Ask by the Smiths is mentioned. Every Day is Halloween by Ministry is in a key scene. The Susie and the Banshees version of Trust in Me, that's in a scene. I think there's a song by The Cure that gets mentioned at one point too. So yeah, I think it could have a really cool soundtrack. The one maybe oddball is the Boys to Men song that pops up in the last chapter. It fits with the scene, but I'd probably leave it off the soundtrack. Watching Twilight Zone reruns when I was a kid really influenced my style of storytelling. I loved how the show would present these really unique stories or situations, and then in the end there'd be some kind of twist that would make you rethink everything, the big reveal, Of course, with the Twilight Zone there was usually, some sort of supernatural or otherworldly element going on, which I loved, but Hawkins Grove doesn't go there. Or does it? I don't want to give away all the twists. Yeah, I hate to put famous faces to the characters in the book because I don't want to take away from the reader's imagination or interpretation of the characters. But I could imagine, going back in time and casting some of the Brat Packers from the 80s, like Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall. Don't forget Robert Downey Jr. was part of that scene too. Winona Ryder, she's great. But the biggest casting challenge, I think, would be the main character of Joel. I mean, half the book he's a teenager, and then the other half he's an adult. So do you have one guy play both ages, or maybe cast a father and son? Do you use CGI to age or de-age an actor? I don't know, but I think it would be a cool challenge to take on, I think. My wife would not approve of this answer, but I would say Depeche Mode. I would go with Ali Sheedy. My first slow dance was to Save a Prayer by Duran Duran. I did not have a car in high school, but I did have a gold Honda Elite scooter. I had two Swatch watches, and my favorite was the transparent one, and you could see all the gears inside. can I go with neither? Pierce Brosnan versus Bruce Willis. I'm going Moonlighting on this one. I know it's a seasonal song, but I would pick Do They Know It's Christmas? In 1986, I bought tickets to see Howard the Duck and then snuck next door to watch Aliens. I saw the Jets with new shoes. I got my first pair of parachute pants about 5 minutes before that trend died.